I'm Adriel Hepburn, and this is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Coming up in the news, are you ready to soar? ASI executive team elected in Abaco, and church addresses mental health issues in our region. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Thanks for joining us for your Adventist News. Last weekend, hundreds of local church leaders and future leaders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church gathered at the National Training Agency on Gladstone Road during April 12th through 14th for the first annual SOAR conference. SOAR, which is an acronym for Solutions to Obstacles Adventist Retreat, provided each participant with powerful insights, cutting-edge information, and new methods to advance the work of the church in a changing world. The event was an initiative from the Ministerial Department of the South Bahamas Conference under the leadership of its director, Pastor T. Basil Stirrup. Pastor Stirrup, in thanking his fellow committee members for the work they did in organizing the summit, said, quote, "Moving forward, it is so important for this generation of church leaders to preserve and pass on our knowledge to the next generation. The churches in Europe never found it necessary to reach the next generation, and today, most of their church buildings are monuments and museums." Guest presenters for the summit included Dr. Gordon Jones of Houston, Texas, Pastor Michael A. Smith, Ministerial Director for the Atlantic Caribbean Union Mission, and Pastor Terry Tanis, Executive Secretary of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Pastor Jones, Smith, and Tanis, along with an array of local presenters, provided a smorgasbord of relevant topics and gave participants simple steps for implementation in the areas of media development, succession planning, pastoral relations, and more. In attendance was Pastor Kenny DeVoe, president of the church in the South Bahamas, who said, "The SOAR conference is a representation of the commitment of the conference administration to training and equipping the leaders and members that comprise the churches within South Bahamas." Participants left the training agency on Sunday morning full of energy and spiritual power with the mandate to return to their churches ready to soar.
Because you're only going to gain new heights, you're going to improve yourself, your ability, your interactions, and overall the image of God. We take more of the likeness of Christ in us by what we do and what we say.
The next SOAR conference will be held April 3rd through 5th, 2020. A leadership team was elected in Abaco recently to carry out the vision of the Adventist Layman Services and Industries to that island in the Bahamas. Among them were ASI President for the Abaco chapter, Gentry Morris, Vice President Tasha Lightburn, and Trustee Eric Augiste. The team will join the ASI offices in Grand Bahama to complete the executive board of the North Bahamas chapter. The first ASI president of the South Bahamas Conference, Elder Isaac Colley, attended the event and agreed to assist with the new vision of ASI in the Atlantic Caribbean Union. We spoke to ASI president for the Atlantic Caribbean Union and South Bahamas Conference, who told of the new concept.
Well, our trip to Abaco was to introduce Abaco to the new ASI concept, and let me tell you something, those folks are on fire in Abaco. We had our first president, Isaac Colley, attending, and he's on board with it. We are presenting a food plaza as well as a credit union owned and operated by Seventh-day Adventists. Of course, this will be the Adventist Business Association. That title will take form over the credit union, not specifically ASI, but there will be an umbrella underneath ASI.
He told of the upcoming ASI convention in August.
This is the first time the Inter-American Division is coming to the Bahamas for a general convention. We have our convention every year, and they're coming here to celebrate with the Bahamian people, and I would say 500 people from around the Inter-American Division. Now, you don't want to miss this because this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We're having our very first president, Isaac Colley from Abaco. He's going to be joining us. We're having all the other presidents. So again, we're having a gala event. Now, at convention, you will be learning how to start your own business without any finance. You'll be learning how to share Christ in the marketplace in a new and fantastic and exciting way. Things that we don't dream of people around the world are doing. So we invite you to come and listen to our theme, Reviving the Spirit of Service. You don't want to miss it.
For the most part, meaningful discussions on mental health are seldom held and often avoided largely because of the misconceptions surrounding the topic. Given the importance of mental health to the overall wellness of an individual, the Health Ministries Department of the Atlantic Caribbean Union of Seventh-day Adventists, led by Director Annie K. Price, held focus sessions recently on mental wellness at the union headquarters in Nassau. Dr. Carlos Fayard, Associate Professor of Psychology at Loma Linda University School of Medicine, addressed the role of church members and the clergy in providing support for those suffering from mental health issues. Dr. Fayard presented research data showing that a significant percentage of those who may be suffering from some form of mental health issues reach out to their pastor. This is noteworthy because it shows the church plays a vital part in addressing mental health in communities. Dr. Fayard said, "They come to the clergy because in many cases, this is who they trust." Dr. Sean Knowles, a local physician in the Department of Psychiatry at the Sandlands Rehabilitation Center in Nassau, was one of the presenters during the summit who brought awareness to addiction. He shared information on its causes and ways to address it and stressed the need for support for those suffering from addiction. Dr. Knowles said addiction to gambling is something that has become very prevalent in our region. And what is most interesting about gambling addiction is that the addict almost never shows physical signs of addiction. Dr. Knowles explained that one of the most important aspects of treating addiction is that the addict must recognize that he or she has a problem. Dr. Knowles described addiction as a prison where the locks are on the inside. Dr. Stacy King, another local clinical psychologist in the Bahamas, along with Dr. Carolina Osorio, psychiatrist with specialty in geriatric psychiatry, addressed the complexities of suicide prevention. Some of the signs of a suicidal person were identified, and it was explained what to do in these situations. The Minister of Health for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Dr. the Honorable Dwayne Sands, showed his support for the mental health initiative and thanked the Seventh-day Adventist Church for their commitment to informing their communities of how to live healthier lives. Continued support and training will be provided for the different conferences in ATCU to assist persons with mental health issues. When we come back, we'll have more on the upcoming events in our conference.
Get ready for summer fun in Jamii Kingdom. At this Vacation Bible School, kids will have fun learning how we are all a part of God's big family while exploring an African savanna and making friends. Begin and end each day at VBS with songs, skits, and Bible pals at Indava Place. Discover a new Bible story each day at Habari Hut. And connect with God through prayer at Ekbede Experience. Play energetic games that reinforce each day's Bible lesson at Furaha Field. Enjoy healthy snacks that taste great at Mapera Meza. Show your creative side by making crafts at Sanaa Site. Kids will love all this and more at Jamii Kingdom VBS.
Welcome back to Adventist News. The Georgia Cumberland Academy Camerata Singers will be in concert in Nassau while they visit the Bahamas for a mission experience. On April 19th, they will be in concert at the Philadelphia Church, and on the 21st at the Living Faith Church. Harmonious Praise and Friends will be in a celebration of praise on Saturday, April 27th, 2019 at the Good News Church in Flamingo Gardens. You are invited to this inspirational service. The Hillview Church will be celebrating 30 years of ministry in grand style. Among the events being held from April 20th to 28th is an all-day celebration on the 27th with Pastor Wintley Phipps. Pastor Phipps will speak on the 27th of April, and a concert will be held at 5:30 p.m. The church will end their celebration with a gala banquet on the 28th at the British Colonial Hilton. The Children and Adolescent Ministries Department will be having a retreat under the theme Treasure Hunt, Finding All You Need in Jesus. Children, you don't want to miss this time of spiritual enrichment, adventure, and fun to be held at the Adventure Learning Center campgrounds from June 7th through 9th, 2019. The children will participate in spiritual interactive lessons, campfire sing-alongs, venture time games, and more. You are encouraged to register your children ages 7 to 15 by April 30th at the conference headquarters or through your local CHAM leaders. Also, during June 7th through 9th, the youth of our conference ages 16 to 35 will be in retreat under the theme The Fantastic Four, Family, Friends, Foe, and Feelings at the New Providence Community Center on Blake Road. Guest speaker for the Ignite Youth Retreat is Pastor Anthony Bolden from Chicago, Illinois. Registration began April 5th and will run until May 22nd, so youth, inquire about this today. The ASI Convention for the Inter-American Division will take place on August 21st to 24th, 2019 at the Atlantis Resort, Paradise Island. Registration is already in progress. For more information, call 242-556-0492. For more information on these events and more, visit our conference website at southbahamasconference.org, where you can view the news as well as other programming, read the weekly logos, or please feel free to call our headquarters at 242-341-4021.
Light bill is due. Phone bills must be paid. And that important business meeting is tomorrow. That headache you have and the racing of your heart is due to stress. According to WebMD, stress is your body's natural response to changes in your body, your thoughts, and your environment. Situations and pressures that cause stress are known as stressors. Stressors are not always negative, like a busy work schedule, but stress can also be caused by positive events, such as getting married or going to college. Not only can stress be external, it can also be internal, like worrying about something that may or may not happen. Stress varies from person to person. Speaking in front of a crowd may be a stressor for some, but for others, it may be a breeze. Symptoms of emotional stress includes change in eating habits, difficulty making decisions, and sleeping more than usual or having trouble sleeping. Symptoms of physical stress includes frequent colds and infections, chest pain, rapid heartbeat, and upset stomach. Symptoms of cognitive stress includes constant worrying, inability to focus, and forgetfulness. To prevent stress, accept that there are some events that you just cannot change. Exercise regularly because your body can fight stress better when it's fit. Get enough rest and sleep so your body can have time to recover from stressful events. Make time for your interests and learn to say no to requests that will cause excessive stress in your life. This has been Parisha Ferguson with your health tip, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network for our news feature from around the world.
Recently, Adventist World Radio, or AWR, gathered more than 90 radio producers from nearly 30 countries in Africa to the city of Arusha, Tanzania, for 2 weeks of training and evangelism that resulted in 1,500 baptisms.
For 2 weeks, each attendee had the opportunity to practice preaching. Every morning, the AWR team coached them on how to improve for next time.
In the afternoon, participants were sent to preach in sites located all around Arusha. Some of them had never preached before, but they all agreed that they had a powerful experience.
According to Ray Allen, General Vice President for AWR, the idea was born at a meeting where members of AWR felt radio producers in Africa and Asia would benefit by preaching at a total member involvement event, coupled with training on how to combine the FM radio broadcasts with the initiative.
In the spirit of total member involvement and from broadcast to baptism, AWR is committed to establishing many FM stations in Africa.
That's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. We thank you for sharing your news stories and upcoming events with us, and we encourage you to continue by emailing them to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com or by calling our media department at 242-341-4021. For rebroadcast of the Adventist news, please visit the conference website, southbahamasconference.org, or on our Facebook page. On behalf of our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, thank you for watching this week's broadcast. I'm Adriel Hepburn from the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.
The Bahamas, known for its beauty, its culture, its nature, and the famous Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island will be the host country for the Inter-American Division ASI Convention 2019 from August 21st to the 24th. There will be dynamic speakers, engaging seminars, and exhibition booths for ASI products and services. So register now and be a part of the Inter-American Division ASI Convention 2019.